September 1st, first anniversary of Hurricane Dorian. And this time so a year ago, we were just beginning to feel the wrath of what will be a life-changing experience. But this video is for Darren Henfield and James Albury, Member of Parliament. If Kai had the position, this is what I will do. The Prime Minister in there bragging about what's going on in Abaco. He don't even know what's going on. Our Member of Parliament, Darren Henfield and James Albury, is an international disgrace. Darren Henfield should not be named the Minister of Foreign Affairs. He should be named the Minister of National Disgrace. That haven't met with his people. This is the anniversary. There is no ceremony. I don't think he's going to be here today. I don't know if he's here. But you imagine if you're American, you elected a congressman, and he haven't spoken with the mayor of the town. He haven't spoke with the engineers, nobody, the power people. He haven't met with any of those people, only to try to get rid of who he's trying to get rid of. But this is what we have with this F&M government. Nothing has gone right. People may think I'm negative and I call names, but it is what it is. The truth will set you free. And I'm here. One thing I would like to see come back here is the traffic light. We had bragging rights for that over 60 years. We were bragging about the only traffic light. What we're looking for is some sense of normalcy. Right here, you got a four-way stop here at the junction here. But boy, we'd like to see that traffic light come back here. And just doing a walkthrough downtown here, you can see all the rubbish is still here, all the great cleanup in the city center. This is what the Prime Minister say about the cleanup. This is center. It don't look like a cleanup to me. But all these places like here, over here by the Abaco Treasures, this shouldn't look like, all this should be manicured. This shouldn't look like a jungle across here. Across there used to be the Loyalist shop. And what the government should do, meet with these people and see what they're going to do with these buildings. They shouldn't be an eyesore a year later. If the owner is not going to rebuild, the government should work with the owner to have all these buildings removed, that it don't have to be a reminder, negative reminder. By now, everything should be positive. All that money they say they spent on cleanup that went back to Nassau. But here is a place where I used to visit often. This shouldn't be a jungle. The trees growing out in the road. A year later, and I'm just going to do a walkthrough on the first. This is my anniversary to myself. What our city should look like. When tourists are coming back, should tourists see all this stuff downtown? Does tourists need a reminder of we went through a hurricane? All this stuff right here. That should be manicured. All the money that they wasted right in the city center. The trees are growing. Look at that tree. This tree is growing in the road. 1 year later, this tree is in the road. Nobody has seen it. Across there, all you see is trash. All along here. But they said it's already clean. And this is what I'm talking about. If the building is not fixable, just like they did over here. Fredericks Agency used to be a building that stood there, but they felt that it was not going to be coming here. There was a bed bar in between right here, and they eradicated. The space is empty, it's clean. This is an example of what I'm talking about. This is Commonwealth Bank. They're coming back slowly, but they're coming. But this is downtown Marshaba. And all this stuff should be cleaned up all along here. should be manicured, should have been manicured. But we're in the center of Mashaba. And the people that want the city to come back, just like Frederick's agency, Bed Bath and Bertrand, they know that the building was not usable, so they didn't leave it there as an eyesore. They removed it. That's what we'd like to see and ought to have happened if we had an MP, unlike James Albury and Darren Henfield, that would soldier this through and see it as done, especially when they brought all this heavy machinery from Nassau. The place still an eyesore 1 year later. So we're in the city center, and buildings like this one here, BFF, they have the money if they're not going to do anything about it. All these old cars, this building right here, this is downtown. You know, if they're not going to do anything with it a year later, if they have no plans for it, it shouldn't be a reminder. That's Island Lock, used to be Island Lock. Even Dove Plaza, there's no movement here on what's going to happen with Dove Plaza. Only reminder of the good times here is Golden Grouper. But it's a wide open space. If nothing going to happen with it, it ought to be demolished. It shouldn't be here for a lifetime. This is as far as we've gotten in Golden Grouper here. 1 year later, still remains unworkable. So these buildings ought not be here for the rest of our lifetime, collecting rat and roach. Right across the street here is this boat that should have been gone. We had about 3 or 4 bulldozers in there. You imagine you have three bulldozers inside the mud there, and they let all them bulldozers go. And what should have happened, and I spoke about it, they should have dragged that thing back to the waterfront while the town was still back to being rebuilt. Now it's stuck there, and what is it going to be? A tourist attraction for the rest of our life? This building right across here. These boats right here. All these, if you're doing a cleanup, all that should have been gone. Why is it still there a year later? This building, if it's not going to come back, again, work with the owners. If they're not going to bring it back, it shouldn't stay there for the next 20 years, just there dormant. It ought to be removed. All these stuff that's an eyesore need to be removed. This is what the town's supposed to look like, rebuilding. Out with the old and in with the new, making them stronger and better. All these buildings should be coming back. This right here used to be the shoe place or shoe world right here. If they're not going to do anything with this, that should be demolished. That should have been a part of the demolition plan. That should have been top on the plan of demolition. As we do a walkthrough. That building right over there, that's been there for a while. That ought to be gone. So nobody's going to do anything with it. It should be gone. Just giving a walkthrough. This is my walkthrough of what my town should look like. This is Bellevue here. This place was used by everybody, all the schools, big money business. Bellevue here. They always watch, see if I'm still on live. Bellevue right there. That building right downtown. There was another building across the street. They saw it couldn't be rebuilt, they remove it. This one should be removed. This one needs to be removed. I was on the board when Royal Bank put this building up. This building, as far as I'm concerned, for the money that Royal Bank have, this building is an eyesore. It's an ugly building. It has no merit. It's ugly, and it needs to be torn down. Royal Bank. Anyway, I ain't gonna say too much about them, but this is what left of Royal Bank. Look like somebody's cleaning it up. This is Royal Bank. That's the vault over there. The hurricane didn't touch the vault. That was Royal putting down, but this is what left of Royal Bank. Look like they trying to come back, but it's an ugly building. Ugly. We're downtown Marsh Harbor, and all those derelict buildings should be removed. So I'm talking about an eyesore. This guy, he lost all his equipment right there. All of these was underwater. But who's supposed to clean this up? Is this going to be an eyesore for the rest of our lives? Surely the owner of somebody, this should have been, while they had all the heavy equipment here cleaning up, whoever owns this business, he really took a licking. All this heavy equipment was lost during the hurricane, but right across here from Rubus was coming back. Rubus was coming back slowly but surely. But all this stuff right here should not be an eyesore downtown Marsh Harbor. This here used to be a liquor store. I don't think that's coming back. That needs to be removed. All this stuff right here. Is there going to be an eyesore jungle for the rest of our lives? Surely that's where the mayor of the town, the chairman of Marsh Harbor, collectively, all of them need to get together and let's clean up this one straight road. This one straight road of Marsh Harbor. When the tourists come back and they go down this road, they shouldn't see any indication that we went through hurricane. They would say, wow, this looks nice, wow. So I'm talking about an eyesore right here. Front Street, Marsh Harbor right here. Liquor store probably will never come back. There is Abaco Hardware, they're coming back. A year later, that's as far as we've come. But should this be an eyesore in Marsh Harbor for the rest of our lives? I think not. All these buildings should have been a part of the great cleanup of Marsh Harbor. All those bricks and stuff that fall there. This building, if it's not gonna be fixed, move it. Why did they leave this car here? Is this part of the tourist attraction? That ought not be there. This building right here with the big hole through it. Are we gonna play hide and seek in here? Peekaboo. This is downtown Marsh Harbor. All of these should be removed. It's been there so long, you have trees that's growing up in the front of it. It's been no movement here. Work with the owners. This is downtown Marsh Harbor. We're just trying to clean this place up. Somebody ought to be able to do so. And right across here from Abaco Hardware is where we got this stuff going on. All these need to be moved. As Kai do a drive-through. Right across here, you can see them doing some work. So it's the Money Man, Abaco Money Man. So that's coming back. But right across here, I had some beautiful memories right here of the ranch. Marcus already fixed this building. I don't know if it's still gonna be the PLP headquarters, but he went right away and fixed that as an indication that he cares. But this building here is being here lying dormant before the hurricane. It's still here. Is it gonna be fixed or is it gonna be an eyesore for the rest of our lives? I can almost guarantee you this one not gonna come back. This is the Archer's building right here. Percy Archer left this here. And definitely, you're gonna need some help to move that. But we're right across from what used to be the People's Park across there. But this building, 1 year later, nothing has happened. That would need to be removed. All these buildings are coming back. Part City right there. Premium Imports right there. This building right here, showing no indication. The Pindar zone there. You got money, them big money Pindars in Nassau. This building, a lot of people almost died in there. The water was up to the roof there. You imagine the water from the ground up there? But there's no indication. This is right almost on the streets of Marsh Harbor. That ought to be moved. What's the indication of what they're going to do with that? All of these stuff need to be moved. As I end this long video, this is probably the longest video I've done, but this is what I wake up this morning on my mind. And this is the government building. If they can't fix any other building, they should be able to move this. This used to be the clinic. For 40 years, this was our health facility right here. And this ought to be moved. The lawn should be manicured, but everything is dormant because there's no management. So this is my September 1st, 1 year later. What I'd like to see is my town completely eradicated, all the old, and bring in the new. We can't have these buildings as an eyesore for the rest of our life. Maybe Darren and James could look at this video and figure it out, because 1 year later they haven't figured out much. They haven't even met with us. It's one of these Kai Ks. I'm here. Where's Darren? Where's James? 1 year later. You're live with Kai on WCAY.